e4, e5, knight f3, knight c6, bishop b5, a6, bishop a4, knight f6, d3, bishop c5, bishop takes c6, d takes c6, knight c3, queen e7, h3, knight d7, bishop e3, bishop takes e3, f takes e3, knight b6, a4, a5, queen d2, bishop d7, b3, knight c8, g4, h5, castle queenside, knight d6, knight e2, b6, queen c3, f6, knight g3, h takes g4, h takes g4, castle queenside, knight f5, bishop takes f5, g takes f5, king b7, king b2, queen f7, knight d2, g6, f takes g6, queen takes g6, knight c4, knight takes c4, check, queen takes c4, queen g5, rook hf1, rook d6, rook f3, queen g7, rook df1, rook h2, queen c3, rook e2, rook 1 f2, rook takes f2, rook takes f2, queen g3, queen d2, queen g5, rook g2, queen h6, rook h2, queen g5, queen f2, queen g6, rook h8, queen g5, queen f3, queen g7, queen h3, rook d7, rook e8, queen h7, queen f5, queen takes f5, e takes f5, b5, king c3, king b6, rook f8, rook d6, rook f7, king b7, king b2, king b6, king a3, king b7, b4, a takes b4, check, king takes b4, b takes a4, King takes A4. King B6. King B4. King B7. King C4. King B6. C3. C5. E4. King C6. Rook F8. King B6. Rook A8. Rook D7. Rook E8. Rook D6. Rook E7. King C6. Rook F7. King B6. King B3. King C6. King C2. King B6. C4. King B7. King D2. King C8. King E2. King D8. King E3. King C8. Rook F8 check. King D7. Rook H8. King E7. Rook A8. King D7. Rook A5. King C6. Rook A3. King D7. King F3. King E7. King G4. King F7. King H5. Rook D8. Rook A7. Rook H8 check. King G4. Rook C8. Rook A5. King E7. Rook takes C5. C6. King F3. King D6. Rook A5. Rook H8. C5 check. King C7. Rook A7 check. King B8. Rook F7. Rook H6. King E3. King C8. King D2. King D8. King C3.